there's some news coming in at the top of this bulletin. Hours before U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukraine President Zelenskyy meet, Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin as he considers Ukraine's push for long-range missiles. That's the news that's just coming in on his social media platform, Truth Social. He posted, and I quote him, "I'm speaking to President President Putin now. The conversation is ongoing, a lengthy one, and I will report the context as will President Putin at its conclusion." He was posting this even as the conversation between President Trump and President Putin was underway. That's the big news coming in. There's a lot that can be expected of the conversations because it happens ahead of the meeting between President Trump and President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. And yes, Tomahawks, long-range missiles, are being considered for Ukraine by the United States of America. Also, a lot of push when it comes to President Trump and the other countries, particularly India, where he spoke yesterday and he said that U.S. is looking at India stopping Russian oil imports, that they can start or restart engaging Russia once the war is over. So very determined U.S. president over here looking at ensuring that he manages forward movement, at least in brokering a deal between Russia and Ukraine. This comes days after the Israel-Hamas peace brokered by none other than the United States of America itself. Rohit Sharma, my colleague, joins me from Washington, D.C. Rohit, thank you so much for joining me. President Trump posting this even as the conversation was underway. What are the details? Is the conversation over?
Geeta, can you repeat your question? Sorry, I think something is off. I couldn't hear you.
Rohit, I was just saying that President Trump was posting what he just posted even while the conversation was underway. So is the conversation over? Are there any details that are emerging?
Well, I think he wanted to give a heads up to everybody. And I think this is classic President Trump. He wants everybody to know that he's delivering for American people. It was a long conversation. Their conversations have lasted for hours and hours in the past. So he wanted to ensure that American people can understand that he's working hard. And we do have President Zelenskyy, who's going to be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. So I think it was President Trump's way of, letting everybody know that he's ahead of the curve. He's trying to get a peace deal done. And he is, in fact, talking to President Vladimir Putin, details of which in the readouts, which will be handed out to us pretty soon.